Hello, folks. News on OII on Facebook, basically. Since yesterday, there's been more comments left on the original post by Curtis Hinkle, which said, "I apologise for the behaviour of Gavin. He has been removed from the list. It is so sad that one individual can disrupt and silence a whole group." Again, of course, obviously, it is. They are kind of dumbfounded. They're amazed that one person can do that. Yes, because it's amazing what Gavin Coleman can do when I put my mind to it. Exactly. So since yesterday, Karen Angelica Gottschalk came in and said there are three forms of Facebook groups, open like this one at the moment, private and secret. It might be wise to consider making this a private group. It would certainly make it feel like a safer environment. Yes, it would, but then OII won't actually reach the Facebook community if it's private, so it would be absolutely senseless to have OII as a Facebook group trying to spread awareness if it was private. Think about it logically, Karen, but you don't think logically. Kailana then comes in and says it's a shame actually. Facts are that many people seldom take the time to proofread their own comments. Many of us, and yes, even myself, have difficulty comprehending what was so offensive with what was just written. Some of us actually do have some lacking social and grammatic ability when dealing with others. If everyone just took a step back and took a little time to think, then perhaps this forum, like others, would be a better place. Then Angela says, has also Maya been removed? That hasn't been answered in this whole thing. Then Della Grace comes in. May started a new group today, and I was automatically added. When I disagreed, so Maya basically started a new group today, and I was automatically added. Yeah, most people are automatically added these days. You have to remove yourself. It's not to do with us. When I disagreed with her about OII, I was accused of being hostile and aggressive. Well, you were actually. And at no point was I anything less than totally respectful. I can pull out those posts if you want. I was banned. It took about 15 minutes. Yeah, because you were rude when you came in. I didn't ban you. And I also said to Della Grace that I would talk to Maya to try and get you back in again. But, you don't want to be because, you're all segregating each other. It's ridiculous. So then Della Grace says, I meant Maya Posh. Then Alex comes in and says, I see no problem with letting people start their own groups. Personalities clash at times, and sometimes the goal of groups tend to split off and individuate. I hope that everyone is successful in their political endeavours. Excellent point, Alex. Well done. Dita comes in. I have also started a group here on Facebook, The Way We Were Born, which is a closed forum, a group that must not be seen as competition to any of the other intersex groups, whether they are here on Facebook or out in the real life. Okay, that's good. I wish you well with that group, Dita. And shame it's closed because it's, needs to be seen, I think, but doesn't matter, it's your choice. Then Pablo says, I was added to Gavin's group without consent, so I removed myself from it. Well, that's very wise of you. And this is a group that's very similar to OII, except it's actually going to be a better support site and a better information site than OII. And we're at the starting stages of that. Listen, everybody who has a group and they add members to it, they can add them automatically. It's just a Facebook thing. I'm not going to get into that with you, Pablo. I really liked your posts. You've got it all wrong, but that's fine. Karen then comes in. That is exactly the right thing to do, Pablo. Dita, you possess a wisdom that is all too rare. Well, there you go. Ass licking again from Karen Angelica Gottschalk. That's what she does a lot. She ass licks, she kisses you and says, you're so great, I really like you. When in fact they've got two-faced situation going on. They're absolutely awful people, and you will realise that at some point in the future. So where is the other thing? Shame I can't stop the thing. Where is the other yoke? Ah, yes, at the start, of course, yes. So, Della Grace comes in 23 hours ago, so you can go with that. I tried and failed to make a successful intervention into the chronic obsessive negativity of Maya Posh and Gavin Coleman. I'll just stop there. You tried and you failed very quickly. You didn't try hard enough, and you came in with all sorts of that's the reality with you, and you probably can't see that, okay? So Della Grace continues to say, I wanted to try and see if it was possible and felt bombarded by way too much crap than I am prepared to deal with. I was hoping there was a middle road, that it was simply a question of strategy, of love and compassion and trying to understand another point of view. But it felt like a pissing contest, and I don't have any desire to toot my horn, yeah right, or prove how important I am, yeah, right, or I'm not in the larger scheme of things, feeling worn out and very sad. Well, if that it makes you worn out, God, you mustn't have very much energy. 3 people like that. Bob Waters says, all you can do is try your best. You are valued. Most people are valued. Karen Angelica says, and loved. Again, kiss ass comments there. Just Della Grace says, thank you. It's really, really hard for me to see anyone excluded, though, especially when they have such a clear need to belong. We all have a need to belong. But when that belonging means they bully others, what can be done? Yeah, I'd agree. Louise Van Heen bullying me, Karen Angelica Gottschalk bullying me, and Gina Wilson has been bullying me recently too. Especially when that need to belong drives out others who also have the same need. Yeah, exactly, Karen. Look at your own words. And often come from incredibly abusive backgrounds where they simply do not deserve yet more of the same. Well, if you've been in an abusive background, Karen, you should realise that you are actually your abusive yourself. But you know, most people don't see that because you played the whole "you're an angel" card. Dita says, I've been contacted privately a couple of times, and you didn't really respond, did you, Dita? And asked to give my point of view. Exactly, I asked, thank you, on various matters brought up in the forum and got pissed off. Well, that just shows again your own hormone imbalance there. You get pissed off so easily. So does obviously Della Grace. All of you get pissed off so easily. It's unbelievable. Have you no patience? As I personally see it, intersex and the issues around it must be kept on a serious level. Absolutely. And we who are putting a great deal of work into it, we must act ambassador-like and with the compassion needed towards other individuals, no matter if they are themselves intersex relatives, professionals, or other individuals in the surrounding. I would press like on that if I could. Then Karen says, sometimes compassion requires looking after the larger number and removing the abusers in our midst. Well, actually, I agree with that totally. I would remove Karen, I would remove Gina, I would remove Louise Van Heen, who isn't on the board and writing anything because she doesn't care. Gina comes in and says, thanks for your wonderful kindness, Del. It is an impossible dilemma which is spelled wrong. The need for inclusion versus the right to a safe space. OI has struggled with this from the first and sometimes suffered opprobrium because of the unhappy disputes and comments. There is, so far as I know, no simple solution. PVT correspondence with the disaffected and excluded may be the best we can do. What? It doesn't even make sense reading this. I know Gavin is well catered for with his extensive YouTube contributions. Let's say that again. I do contribute. Thank you. There are a couple there who find an outlet for their feelings around intersex. Andre Lorick comes in here, and this is where the bullshit comes in. People, you have done well. In any forum, no matter the seriousness, there is always room for compassion, even amongst those that are in disagreement. When one rises and insists that Herm alone is responsible for the successes, then it leaves us angered as none advocate for ourselves. It's nice to have recognition, however, that cannot be the driving force. It's selflessness. Then Karen says, that is exactly it, Andre. Georgina says, I know how you feel, Dale. I have felt pummeled and exhausted myself from Maya's constant attacks, but I still hope in the long run we can welcome Gavin's future positive inputs. I think overall he does care about people, even if things get confused and he sometimes sabotages his own good intentions. Exactly. Karen says, it would be good if he lays off the libelous tirades about various specific individuals. No, I won't lay off that. Karen, you are not real. Louise is not nice. And Gina is not good for intersex spokesperson. Andre says, Gavin needs to let go of past conflicts. And Gavin says to Andre, you're the one who started all past conflicts, okay? And we haven't been attacking each other for years. It has only been a couple of months since Herm and I made peace after years of hurting one another. Sorry, Andre, you're the one who hurt me in the first place, technically speaking. And I actually, find me posts or anything you like where I hurt you. Just do it. You'll never find fucking one. You won't find one, you prick. All right? You won't. And him and I made peace. I made peace with you. I contacted you for peace, not you to me. All right? Let's be clear. Then Andre continues, I'll admit that I couldn't get past his need for attention and his poetry. I will also admit that he has made an effort to grow. Sorry, Andre, you're the one who took cocaine and was fully yourself. I've never taken cocaine, all right? I don't need cocaine. Hormone Haze, Canis comes in. Seems I missed all the excitement. Now, that is shitty. Canis. That's shitty because you love excitement of drama, don't you? You love it. It's ridiculous. Don't worry too much, Del. You're not the first person to intervene, and unfortunately, knowing Gavin, I know you won't be the last. Actually, Hormone Hayes, you don't know me. You met me because I bothered to meet you when I went to Australia. I made the move, not you. Della Grace says, I recognise a bit of Gavin in myself, or at least the self I used to be. I know that I can sometimes come across as aggressive and perhaps even arrogant. I'm not a trained psychologist or a paid therapist. Definitely not. I'm pretty much one of those people. But I try to understand as much as possible why someone behaves as they do and not take it personally. Andre Lorick, thank you for sharing some of your past with Gavin. Andre did not share enough past with Gavin, actually. I don't have the time nor the energy to devote to working things out. I noticed that, Della. I would much rather have friendly relations with him and others, but with a new life on its way into mine, I have to be choosy where I spend my time. Della Grace, I would be interested to know how true his claims are from people who know. Message me privately, perhaps. Has he really done as much work as he claims to have done in the service of intersex education? Well, I think time will tell there, boys and girls and intersex. Pablo says, I don't know what Gavin's problem is with me, so I've deleted him. I will not accept any kind of negativity at all. He commented on me on Curtis's wall about me saying shame on me. I have nothing to be ashamed of it at all. So I don't know what his problem is, so over it, I have more important things to focus on than unmindfulness. Yeah, I'd call all this unmindfulness, to be honest with you. A bitching session on OII. Well done, people. Brilliant. Andre says, Del, please be careful that this doesn't become a witch hunt. This doesn't is spelt wrong as well. The more you know of Herm, the more it will anger you. Let it rest and move on to the wonderful work you do. Pablo, let it go. You were caught in the midst of a tyrannical lashing. It had nothing to do with you personally. I know you to be a sweet person with a definite opinion. I enjoy what you write. Georgina says, I would actually agree that Gavin has done tremendous amounts to promote awareness of intersex and provide support to people. He has been tireless, and very personally giving and supportive. His message has always been intersex positive. While he has been brave enough to share his struggles with testosterone therapy, I can give you some more background on problems if you like. The Maya Posh story is quite different. Hormone, Gavin is a shite stirrer and speaks it proficiently. Well, that's brilliant. And that's liked by two people. Yes, Karen Angel Ika Gottschalk and Gina OII. Wow. Two people that speak openly about OI stuff. It's incredible how these people see things and write about in public. Della Grace says, Andre Lorick, you are most probably right. I don't want to engage in a pointless battle with them. I say good luck to them. Do you really? And hopefully they can let past hurts go and get on with the positive work they profess to be so passionate about. Yeah, exactly. Look at my YouTube videos recently. However, I fear I will be the next one attacked. I'm not attacking you. Already have been, actually. Didn't. But nothing I can't handle. But nothing I can't handle. So background info might be useful. However, maybe it's better to share experiences privately rather than semi-publicly. Yeah, probably. 5 people like that. Karen, Ditte, Andre, and 2 others I can't see. Caroline says, is there some scandal around Maya Posh? Karen says, Caroline, this note by Gina of OII Australia elsewhere on Facebook may help. This may help to explain the apparent fury at OII. And it says, at Maya, OII is an organisation of self-funded volunteers. The kind of help you asked for is not in our remit. We cannot provide you with assistance to migrate, accommodation, work or an employer. We can direct you to what services there are available in Australia, as I recall we did. We cannot tell you that the situation so far as medication and access to surgery will be better in Australia than in Holland, because it is not. I understand your frustration. You need to understand the limitations on our capacity to do these things. If you have read the articles on androcore and hormones, it may give you pause to rethink your desire to come to the wide brown land. Wow. Vreer Serenu says, I do not consider it a scandal. I see a hugely frustrated girl who is desperate for living in a situation she considers alien to her identity and not getting the help she needs out of ignorance and stupid rules. Because all of this, Maya engages in flaming writing and may be frustrating to others. Apparently not everyone can bring up the energy to behave in a more friendly way. Exactly. Personally, I have no problems with her anymore or yet. Caroline says, yeah, it's not the sort of thing I was imagining when I wrote Scandal. So that's it. I hope I've caught it. Yes, I have caught it in the 15-minute mark. That's why I spoke so quickly. I'm sorry about that. But the reality is that these people are bitching on OII international site on Facebook on the main page for a whole world basically to see. It's great because look at how they bitch and look at some of them who actually enjoy the drama. you know, and the rest of them that are like pointing the finger at everybody who's got a problem, but none of them are admitting that they've got anger issues. Isn't that sad for them? I mean, you know. Okay, so peace be with us all. Yeah, not just some of us, eventually. Ciao.